Okay, so now it is August 23rd. Well, I guess it's still the same day. Wasn't I just canning this morning and uploaded the video? Yeah.
Yes, you were.
Yes, I was. At 4 in the morning. Well, anyway, now we're going to go on to the last big pot of blueberries. So that was three big pots of blueberries that I canned. Plus I have a whole bunch in the, what do you call that, dehydrator. Plus I ordered 25 pounds prior to that, and they're all in the dehydrator, almost done. So I'm rocking with blueberries. But do you see this right here? Look, okay? Look, okay. Here we go. $5 for less than just a half a pound. About a half a pound, okay? A pound is 554 grams. That's a pound. So this is a half a pound. They're charging $5 on sale, regular $8. I'm just saying, for a half a pound of so-called organic blueberries. All right? Well, let me tell you, those blueberries, after the fact of making arrangements where, you know, I had to get them delivered. At first they weren't going to, but then I got into a little snit with Aunt Tisha. So I just told her, like, you know, I don't think I can get them. And, oh, I'll find somebody. Okay, so anyway, we know what she did. She gave me a whole bunch of them. Were they in perfect condition? Obviously not. And then she ended up phoning me back because, you know, it was going through Facebook Market, right? And I asked her if they were organic because at first, on the first time she phoned me, she said they were. But then I typed, and I don't know. Anyway, through miscommunication, whatever, she ended up phoning me back before she was going to drop them off, telling me she was going to give me a good deal. Already with the, you know, I was already willing to pay 80 cents a pound. I already bought 25 pounds for $2 a pound, but I wasn't too happy with those blueberries, right? But besides that point, they're okay. I'm happy to have them at $2 a pound versus what I'm looking at here. All right, so anyway, she calls me back.
Gonna go eat.
Yeah, okay. And she tells me they're not organic. And I said, oh, well, okay, so what does that mean? She said, well, I asked my husband, I guess, you know, where they got whatever. They have to control grass. So I hope to hell it wasn't Roundup to just, you know, control quote-unquote grass. She said a herbicide. She didn't tell me what kind of herbicide they used. I said, oh, well, whatever. That's okay. You know, it is what it is. So what I'm trying to say is I have no regrets. It was very tedious. It took me 2 days, 2 full days. Is that not true, Andre? Technically, we're talking hours and 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 hours to wash these teeny weeny little freaking. The majority of them were very small, but their shapes were okay, right? The bigger ones, not so much. They were getting soft, but it's okay. Anyway, I'm down. I said Saturday, and I'm down to my last can. And I'm good to go, but next year, because we're gonna use them, they're really tasty, they really are. So we're gonna use them regularly throughout the year till this time next year, right? Between the dehydrated and what I've got canned and what I've already got in my room, plus what I've got in cans, you know, when you buy blueberries in a can for a pie, right? We'll use those as well for pies since I've already got them. I've got more than enough to have blueberries every week. Let's just put it that way, for at least a year. And then probably still have a little left over somewhere along the line, right? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so that we're eating blueberries while I open up something every week. Definitely, well, these jars won't last a year. Because right now I'm at 18 jars, 9 and 9, and I'll do probably 9 more. So that's what, 37 jars, right? 36 jars, I don't know. Anyway, 9 and 9 and 9 times 3, so 8. Okay. And then I'll have a big ass couple of jars of dehydrated. I'll have a lot of dehydrated ones. safe, space savers, right? And then next year, I'm going to go to the farms. If I would have went to the farms, I would have gotten a better product. I don't know how much I would have had to pay, maybe $2.50 a pound, which would have been fine, versus getting what I got. But I'm happy that I got what I got. But even still, you can see what's going on here in terms of blueberries. $5 on sale for a half a pound, quote unquote organic. Yeah, $8. And you know they're not completely organic, no matter what they say, because they spray that Aleve or something. I can't remember what it's called. Something that Bill Gates came up with. I'm pretty sure it was Bill Gates. It wasn't Elon Musk. I think it was Bill Gates, to preserve food. And like I don't know, it just makes the food shrivel up. They don't ripen very well, they shrivel up, or they mold very fast. But then my house is very hot, so. And they're spraying it on everything. Yeah, so I don't like it. So I just wanted to show you that, right, with the blueberries. Okay, so there we go. That's the last pot. It's very big. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't even know if it's going to fit in this pot. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, it will boil down a little bit. And guess what I found? Well, I knew it was there. I just didn't know if it was, oh, these are nice. These ones are a little bigger. Well, see, these ones are bigger, eh? So, I got some big ones in there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Nice and cold, too. This is good. So, I found some, well, I didn't find. I knew I had it. It's old. It is true, though. Large oats. Large oats. Large oats to put for like long-term food storage are pretty good. You don't want regular oats. These are good. Okay,
I thought you just hit it for a second. I was going to say, oh god.
Oh, these are good, Andre. Anyway, this pot is like, it's huge. Look at my thing. How many jars do you think? 9, 10, 11. My last one was 11. I think I did 11. I don't know. Something like that. I figure 11, 12, 13, maybe 13 or 14 jars for this right here. So we'll find out. Plus what I've already done. I start them on 4.5. No more than 5 at temperature wise. So anyway, I bought this when Shemaine was alive. So you can go as far back as 2018, maybe even older than that. Okay? You don't want to save regular oats long term. You either want them large oats or the oat kernel, oat groats. Oat groats. That's the kernel itself. And then you take a flaker to it. Whether it's a manual flaker, which I found and I have, or an electric one, which I have here and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I will be though. Assuming that my oat groats are downstairs. Whatever. So anyway, this is something that I bought at Save On Foods a long time ago when Shemaine was alive. So She died in 2018 of April. And I probably bought it before then. So, it's in really good shape. I had Andre look at it. I had another bag, but it was open. And it had, and it was just regular oats. And I guess maybe the way I had it in my little cubby back then in that day, it ended up getting, what do you call it? You know, those little mealy bugs, right? So, cat food. Where these, I wasn't too sure whether it had it or not. And I just didn't have time, so I took the whole bag. 26 pounds. I'd be very curious to know if Save On Foods still sells these. Product of Canada, 25 pounds. So the net weight was 25 pounds. Product of Canada. Thick rolled oats, which is large rolled oats. Came from Save On Foods back in the day before Shimei died. So you're looking at 16, 17, maybe even as far back as 15. So we'll say anywhere between 8 to 10 years old. And because they're large oats, large rolled oats, right? They're still good. Tastes like oats. So your biggest enemy is the elements. Moisture, obviously, is one of them, which would create mildew and mold. So you wouldn't want it then. Or pest. Outside of that, I think oats can last up to, well, the kernel themselves, the oat grow. I mean, if you're storing it in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers in a spot where it's like good, it can last 25 years or more, right? This, well, I'm gonna use them, and you know what I'm gonna use them for? You know how you make what is that called? Date square with oats. I'm gonna do blueberry squares with oats. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Not including anything else I might do. Okay? Now, somebody would throw it out. And that just shows you how foolish they are. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So now I'll cook these up. Because I've been working hard with a lot of jars, I am putting them in the oven at 250 for at least 20 minutes. But they've been sitting in the oven longer than 20 minutes, right? So now I'm just going about my business like a little mad Dickens in here. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? I was looking for this. I was looking for this. I think I found it. Yay, mystery solved. I thought one of these disappeared. I was choked. I've decided I'm not buying any more because honestly I don't really like these lids, but that's okay. And if I like them, I'll buy later. I'm going to try and work with the 4 of them that I've got for Amari. Right? And I'll tell you, I'm real happy that I have this food, people. I got another order on Canadian Superstore. It's at $200 right now. Yeah. And it's mostly for, well, I'd say not mostly for Amari, but, you know, you got the lamb in there. You got, you know, I'm going to buy him beef kidney. Yeah, and I'm buying more sardines. I told Andre, and I'm going to buy, I told him, that's it. you got to start eating more sardines and stuff. And I'm going to mix them up with some celery and some jalapenos, and I'll make them into little finger sandwiches for you, so you'll like it. My problem is I can't line it up. I can't freaking see, man. Oh my god. Come on, come on. It's so hard to use these things. You're gonna have food and it's like, how the hell can you do this? They don't even want to close. What the hell? I don't know. I don't like these. They're complicated. They don't really work very well. I can't see, that's why. I can't line it up. I have to do everything by feel. Here we go. There we go. I'm happy. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I'm getting into these buckets, and obviously I just checked the oats, and that worked out really good. I love these jars. Oh, they're so nice. And right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So far we've got 20 jars of these. That's the blueberries. And we'll probably get, like I said, anywhere between 11 to 13. So that'd be like 30 to 31, 32. So that'd be good. 20 or something like that. I don't know. Anywhere from, I'd say, 30 to 34. Okay? Jars. So that will be really good. And I'm really happy with the oats. Right? So I'm going to be making blueberry squares. You can do blueberry, you know how you make those little pecan pastries with pie dough. You can do pie dough with a tablespoon of that in it with a pecan on top, and I've got pecans. Oh, that'd be so good. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So now I'm over here, and there's another bucket I want to show you, and we're going to talk about it, so hold on. Okay, so now we're going to get into this bucket that's something in here. We got a bowl. We got some Mylar bags. I'm taking them out of the plastic bags because, again, we do what we can do when we do it. These are quite old. They came from TNT, I'm sure. I bought rice back in the day that have like little this and that and everything in it from TNT. And boy, I'll tell you, I opened up a bag. It was like 2011 when I bought them with Fukushima radiation. And I have downstairs. They better be downstairs. Because even after all this time, they're so good. I cooked it up for Andre and I and Amari, and man, it's delicious. So, you know, like, you got to be careful what you're throwing out just because you think whatever you think, right? Because, seriously, man, waste not, want not. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I got a somewhat half-empty bucket here. Now, the problem with plastic bags is they start to deteriorate after a while. You can feel it, right? So, technically, this is corn, just plain up, straight up corn. Obviously, I bought it back in the day, probably from Fukushima radiation, right along with everything else that I bought back in the day from TNT, because I'm pretty sure that's where this came from, was TNT. So, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the calorie count. Calories. It says 25 calories per what? Per 50 gram serving. Alrighty-o. So, I'm sure there's no bugs in this. And how many bags do we got? Let's just see, because I'm rebagging this stuff up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we've got something else in here that's in bags. I don't know what it is, but we're going to put them in Mylar bags. And, yeah. I should have put them in Mylar bags when I first got them, but I didn't even know about anything about Mylar bags or oxygen absorbers or any of that crap. Alright. I'm not going to worry about oxygen absorbers at this point. I mean, you could put it in there if you wanted to, but for what it's worth, I plan on using this stuff anyway. So, we just want to get them out of the bag. And, I guess we'll take a look at them. Well, they kind of look like, I don't know. I don't want to say popcorn. But, of course, I lost the scissors, right? Oh, my Lord. Lordy, 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 lordy. How the heck did I lose the scissors? I just had them. Oh, my Lord. How? How the hell did I lose the scissors, man? Can you believe this? It just shows you. This is when a moth takes an opportunity to fly in. Let me find these scissors. See, I don't have to buy this kind of stuff, right? So, you know, if I do a $200 shop at Canadian Superstore, with the majority of that being a meat product of some kind, because, you know, it's very expensive these days. I'm just saying. Right? And, like, I don't buy hamburger. I very seldom, maybe once a year, I will buy ground hamburger. Otherwise, when the beef is on sale, it's, well, it used to be $5.99, then it went up to $6.99. Now, if it's on sale, it's usually $7.99 a pound for, like, just roast, you know, just your basic, right? And then I chop it up and I grind it, and then that's my quote-unquote hamburger, right? Outside of that, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's chicken or whatever it is. It's just you're looking at anywhere from $3 and up. All right, what I'm trying to say is, I don't buy things like this anymore. If I buy a 25 pounds, 44 pounds, or whatever, and I normally do the organic, and that, you know, and like, honest to God, if they're throwing this shit out downstairs, or things going missing downstairs, I'll be so freaking mad. Like, this is from, like, way back in the day. Now, as for that other bag that had that corn in it, I stuck my hand in the bag. I already got rid of them over there. Anyway, the outside of the bag was starting to deteriorate. You can feel it, right? But I stuck my hand inside the bag, and it was okay. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Now, when I buy Marlar, sometimes I buy the, you know, they come in like little packages and stuff. Like, they have like different sizes. You know, these things are, it's worth the investment, right? And you know what I'm saying? So, like, black eye split. I have a lot of black eye peas, whether they're organic or whether they're not. I don't have to worry about black eye peas for a long time, but clearly back in the day, when I first started out with Fukushima radiation in 2011, I don't know. So, you know, as I'm cooking, I'm going to be using this stuff up. The worst you're going to get with this, in terms of an old bean, is it won't be as, it will cook up. It will just take a little longer for it to cook up. And it might not be as soft as it would be if, you know, it was, I don't know what you want to call it, fresher. Or if you have a mill to grind it up, then you make a flour out of it, right? And you can do your bean burgers or whatever. So what I'm trying to do here, though, is just get them out of the bags, right? Because, you know, who knows how long they're going to sit around. But I've got these buckets here. And as we get in more and more into whatever, I told Andre, you need to eat more. I need to eat more. I mean, obviously, Amari's always at the top of the list when it comes to, you know, with his specialty meals and stuff, right? So, you know, I said, Andre, I got to do the same thing for you. That's why you're going to get your sardine sandwiches with your jalapenos. Right? So, there you go. Just, and what it is split small. They're very small. They don't even feel... Oh my God, these are so tiny. Anyway, little black eyed peas. Just very small ones. Where nowadays, when I want black eyed peas, you know I'm looking for organic. 25 pounds or more, right? Depending on the price. Okay? Right? And then, of course, as soon as I get them, I put them into Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. But for something like this, you know, they're fine. So I don't need to put them up because I'm going to be using them up. Now I'm looking for my pen. Oh, my Lord. But the more you can do this... Oh, jeez, come on! Where the heck is... I got 2 pens here. Yeah, I stuck my hands. Okay, I didn't... not this one. But these ones, right, with the corn. I stuck my hand on the inside. And the plastic on the inside, it was okay. But the more you can plan on doing these things right from the get-go, honestly, my advice is to invest in different size Mylar bags. 1 gallon, 2 gallons are nice. You want the 5 gallon for sure. Go with the Ziploc. Get yourself a flat iron, you know, curling iron, but a flat iron. So if you want, you can seal, because, right, melt it and it seals nice if you want. Okay. And also to, like, how is this possible? It's because I can't see, right? It makes me so angry, people, you don't even know. Like, so freaking angry. It makes life so hard when you can't see shit. Oh, it's so frustrating. And where the heck did it go? Oh, it's enough to drive me mad. I had 2 of them. And we're gonna go through this. Here they are. There's 1. Okay, so the more you know, from the get-go, right? Just, yeah. Invest in the Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. The decanter's the one to absorb moisture if you want. I don't normally... I have, but you know what? I haven't seen them. I don't know. They should be downstairs, but good luck finding them. I haven't seen them. I have been looking for them for, you know, whenever I get a chance, and I never see them. And I had a lot of them, and they're reusable too, right? So maybe they're downstairs. I don't know. So I don't worry about it though. I don't. But I do like oxygen absorbers. Okay, that was black ice. These were split, right? Yeah, they're split. So, and they're small. So I'm going to put small, right? And I'm sure they'll cook up fine. Alright. I'll go small. Split. Black eye. Peas. And I just like that. Just want to pop them in the bucket. Alright, that's 1. What else we got here? Now this stuff is going back a long time. So we got a 1 size gallon. Now I've got lots of lentils, but that's okay. I just want them out of the bag. I mean, right? That's how I used to do it back in the day. Okay? And of course I lost the scissors again. I try and put things down, but I'm rushing. So because I rush... Oh. So we're just going to pop these in a bag. So these are orange. still holding their color. And the bag is fine, okay? This bag is not deteriorating. So, either or, I want it out of here because I use these for Amari or whatever. I'm just going through all the miscellaneous things, making them handy. Obviously, just whatever I cook. Whether for Amari, for us, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just it didn't even take up very much room. I wonder if I can put it in this bag. Maybe I can get it in this little size. I'm cooking those blueberries. I don't think this is going to be big enough. No, I don't think this is going to be big enough. I'm going to use these when I do my own little sidekicks. Yeah. No, I ain't going to waste my time. As a matter of fact, I got another one up there. So, these are, I don't know what they're called, orange lentils. What are they called? What kind of lentil is it? I have another one up there, so when I find them, I'm just going to put them in here. I got them in plastic bags. I'm taking everything out of plastic bags, and, you know. Oh, Lord. I just had that. It's enough to drive you insane. Going. And this is why I think sometimes they do what they do downstairs, because they know it's driving me crazy with my eyes. It's like they're going out of their way to stress me out with mixing up the shit the way they mix it up. Like it's so rude and disrespectful. And especially when I come into food that I know is good, and if it's not going to be down there when I go looking for it, man, I'm going to be so freaking mad. You don't even know. You do not even know how mad I'm going to be. Just threw the bag over there, guess what? I think these are just called red lentils, right? Yeah, just red lentils. And I got some up in there, so when I find them, I'm just going to pop them here, shake everything up, and they're good to go. Stuff like that will last a long time. Red lentils. So, and then of course I've got them downstairs, whether organic or not. Okay? So I've got enough red lentils to last me for a very, very, very long time. And they're the most easiest lentil of all lentils to digest. Okay? I'm just saying. So this one we're going to leave because I know I've got some up there. So we'll leave that one there. And then we've got the TNT corn, whatever, it's there. Okay, and then what are these ones? I think these ones are the yellow ones. Oh no, this looks like a split pea. This looks like a yellow split pea. I don't see color very well, but it's, to me, it looks like it still looks good, from what I can tell. Right? So whether you grind them up or you cook them up or whatever, right? You know, I mean, the worst that's gonna come out of it is you're still going to get nutrients from it, right? Maybe just not as high as if it came right off the press, right? Product of India, and they normally, you know, like you buy beans from the grocery store, product from India, and they'll sprout, so that tells you they haven't been sprayed, eh? I don't even know what this is. I mean, it looks like split yellow peas to me. I want to make sure that's what it is. I can't see. Import from India. Oh my lord, what the heck? Nothing here. Since when? Did it not? Anyway, it looks like, what do you call that? Oh boy, oh boy. Got the small ones, but I ain't got the big ones. Here they are. One size. This is 1 gallon size. I'm using up these ones first before I get into downstairs and use those. Oh, come on. Plus I've got in jars as well. Yeah, I got them all over the place. So stuff like this, I don't have to buy it, right? I just buy fresh meats and fresh vegetables, and a lot of eggs and a lot of milk. Butter, whipping cream. But when it comes to this stuff, I don't need to. I don't need rice, I don't need none of that crap. And stuff like this, when you make your little sidekicks, however you make them, you can add this stuff in it, right? What you want to do is get them out of the bags. But, you know, don't worry about it. Just do it when you can. If all you can afford is to buy the food and not the Mylar bags or the oxygen absorbers, that's okay, because you'll come back 10 years later. Just make sure it's in a nice bucket. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, with a lid that keeps, you know, pests out and moisture out. You're good. This stuff has probably been around since 2011, some of it. Some of it maybe as far back as, I think that corn, yeah, probably. And I don't know what else here, maybe all of it, I don't know. I've not seen no best before date on anything yet. That tells you something, right? So I'm just gonna put this as split yellow peas that in my mind, from what I could see, not that I can see color very well, but it's looked yellow to me. So I'm sure they'll be fine. I'd eat them cooked. Yep. Okay. Got that. And what else we got here? And here's a little bag of something. I don't know what this is. Black eye beans. Broken up into little pieces. Extra clean product. Ah. My mill can do that. I have 2 different types of mills. I can make that size if I wanted to with beans. So even if you're doing like older beans, I'm just saying, you've got older beans and you had a mill, you don't have to grind them up into flour. You can coarse grind them. This would be like a coarse grind. Right? Oh, I wish I could see better. 2 pounds. Is there a best before date on it? Not that it makes a difference, because it wouldn't. Outside of. It just might take a little longer to cook. There is no best before date on it. Okay. I have to stir that pot. That will fit nice in here. Hold on a minute. Okay, I don't know. You know this battery doesn't work that great, right? So it might kick out at any moment. Okay, so we got scissors. Where's that bag? Right here. I'm excited for this. I like that. That looks pretty cool. So these are flaked. I'm going to write them down as flaked black-eyed peas. And they're very small. Like very small. I'm glad, and they taste good. Believe it or not, they got a lot of flavor. Oh my god. Oh man, this is nice. I like the taste of that. I really do. Oh, that's great. I can get with that. So I got a lot of black-eyed beans, peas, whatever you want to call them. And now that I know about the size of it, breaking it up like that, after I run out, guess what I'm going to do with my mills, whichever mill I decide to use. I'm going to break them up into small little pieces like that, which cuts back on cooking time. And if anything, they'd probably be, I can't read anything here. I wish I could, but it would be extremely hard to read it. I'm not going to worry about it right now. So I'm going to put flaked, right? Flaked. Because that's flaked. I like that. And they're very flavorful after all this time. Yep. And I've got a lot of Romano beans as well. I got all kinds of beans. Cantatelli beans, Great Northern White beans, Romano beans, and I like it flaked. I like it flaked, people. So that's what I'm going to do with some of these beans as I run out, because, you know, not only am I going to be giving Amari more of the meat, right? Like, I'm even going to buy beef kidney. Yeah, I'm going to sneak that into his diet, too. Yeah, it's affordable, and it's rich, really rich in nutrients. They say tongue and heart as well, right? So, alright. We're just going to put it like this. And now what else we got here? What's this? Another small little bag of something. Now this one, the bag is different. Do you see how it's starting to get like that? Okay. What is this? Yellow mung beans. I don't know if it's the right normal size or what, but whatever. They're small. They'll cook up good. I don't recall buying yellow. Usually mung beans, they come brown, right? Don't they? So, because I have a lot of mung beans. I want to sprout them. That's how you get bean sprouts, with mung beans. Mock beans too. Alright. I have a lot of that as well. Organic or non-organic. And again, you buy them in the grocery store or whatever, and you try and sprout them and they sprout. So that kind of tells you they're organic. If they sprout, they're organic. Beans are actually pretty hardy, believe it or not. Say goodbye to the bag. I mean, for what it's worth, I could have used a smaller bag, but that's okay. You can always take a little bit of Vim after the fact and wash that off when the bag is empty if you don't want to refill it up with the same kind of stuff. Alright, now we've got this. What's this? Romano. Romano beans. Like, come on. Like, I can do better than that. You don't even know how many Romano beans I got in my house. I got a lot. And that's the thing. When I get downstairs, I want to... Some of this stuff is back in the day that I bought in buckets that, you know, honestly, I would like to open up the buckets. I paid a lot of money for them, too. And... first of all, check the beans because they've been down there forever. And then put them into Mylar bags. Yeah, with oxygen absorbers. I would do that. But it's just, it requires time. They don't give me the time. They don't give me nothing down there. They give me stress and heartache and headache and sadness, depression, fear, everything negative, nothing positive. Yeah, that's what they give me downstairs. That's what you get for being a parent. Yeah, giving your life up for your stupid kids. Yeah, right? You're never satisfied. No. Okay, so this was Romano beans, so that's fine. I don't know how to spell Romano. Now, the thing is, you can't eat raw kidney beans. You know that, right? I don't know about Romano beans, but I would suspect you can't eat them raw either. Lentils and mung beans you can, right, per se. But Romano, I don't think you can eat them any more than you can eat a kidney bean because they're toxic. Remember that. You have to boil off. You have to boil them for a while to boil off the toxicity within the bean. Okay? So don't ever eat raw kidney beans. And I would think Romano beans. There's certain beans that you just can't eat raw. Even if they're dried, I would think. They still have to be cooked. Okay? Okay? Mung beans, moth beans, you can eat those after they've been sprouted and stuff. They're fine. But this kind of stuff, no. Even if you sprout them, you still have to cook them. So we'll just put that in there. Okay. Another bag gone. That's good. What's this? Oh, we got something there. Anything else? These are the bags. This is where things start to look the same. That's the corn kernels. I guess that's it. Yeah, and then I've got some old rice here, which I'm going to take and put into a 1-size gallon bag just to get them out of this bag. They should be fine. So white rice. Moths don't really like white rice. They like the brown. That's where they like to have their parties, is with the brown. They like the husk of the brown rice. But when it comes to white rice, you're usually pretty safe. Just to get it out of the bag. Because it's just in a bag like that. So, Andre, I need your eagle eyes just to be double sure. That's a burlap. Right? Come on. I just need your eagle eyes so I can see. This was not stored properly. Andre, please. From what I can feel, it feels good. But I can't see. You know that, right?
Ooh, rice.
Yeah, does it look good?
Yes, can I cook it tonight?
Well, I'm gonna do chicken. Yeah, I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done canning, I'm gonna do that chicken that's in the fridge, assuming that the chicken is still good.
Chicken and rice with that.
Well, that's assuming that the chicken is still good, because I bought that a couple days ago. It should be. It came from the Canadian Superstore, so. Huh?
You bought that like 3 days ago. It should be fine.
Yeah, did you see a moth just fly by? I did.
I saw it fly.
No, I just seen it fly by. Every now and then I can see these things. But you didn't see any in the bag, right? No. So get it out of the bag, get it in. So this isn't very much. It's not even a half a bag. But that's okay. Get it out of those plastic bags, because you know it's harder for moths to get into bags like this. Okay? Any kind of pest, really. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put rice on it. I don't care what the rice is, because, you know, after it's empty, I can just, what do you call it? Go grab another container, put more rice in it or whatever. I got rice all over the place, miscellaneous rice here. Miss it, because you know, sometimes when you're filling up a 2-gallon size bag of rice, you know, 2-gallon, right? Mylar bag, double the size. Then you have a little bit left over, and yeah, that's what happens, right? So I'm just going to put rice. So we'll leave this out because we'll just see how it goes. Now, there you go. All said and done. And just put it in here. Don't worry about it. Try and leave the labels up, facing up, so that when you go, you can just look at the labels, if you can do that, I suppose. Alright, versus folding them up, just leave them up, easy to read. What's this? Red lentils, I got red lentils up there, but for now, I don't care about that. So, I'll just put that in there for now. That's another date. And what else we got here? Here's another one. Oh boy. Huh. What is this? See? Oh, here we go. Split yellow peas. Try and take out the air. Again, I got a whole bunch of jars with this kind of miscellaneous stuff in. As I was doing the bigger bulks, I'd put the stuff downstairs and then just leave myself either 1 size gallon jars upstairs or wherever, or 1.6 liter jars or even 1 liter jars, right? So I'm good. I'm good. And I'm glad I did it, people, because groceries are so freaking expensive. Yup. So expensive. Okay. Oh. Oh. When people want to harass me. I dare my son to have 5 freaking kids. Go be a dad with 5 kids and see how far you get in freaking life. Yeah. I'd like to see that. Okay, we're leaving the rice out. Andre wants rice, so. And personally, I like to keep the rice with the rice, so I have a container here with rice in it, but whatever. Maybe I should just take out a pot and put a couple of rice in it. Okay. Okay, so do you see? A whole bunch of jars there, right? Hold on. Do you see? A whole bunch of jars there. Hold on. See? A whole bunch of jars there. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video. Do you see the time? Marina called Andre at 8:25. They're purposely going out of their way to disrupt his sleep. If it's not MarKeng calling at 6:30 in the morning, it's her calling at 8:30, whatever. And then, who knows? It's a hit and miss. It's daily, though. Sometimes 2-3 times a day. Yeah. I'm not including the texting that she's doing, because she's getting him to write sentences correctly through text. So she'll ask him a question, and then he has to answer it by doing whatever they do on a phone, where I tell him he needs to take it to pen and paper. Okay, anyway. As they're plotting and scheming, that man and his wife, to run off with Andre. Yeah. They want to run off with him. Go get him his own room. Boss him around. Toss me and Amari to the curb. So this girl moves into my house, and within, what, 3.5 years, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of belongings have gone out in the freaking garbage, been sold off, have been given away, have been just disappeared, and mixing up my stuff, okay? And they're just gonna walk off with Andre. Yeah, okay. As they agitate him every day on the cell phone at all hours of the day. I'm just saying. This is his deep sleep time, because he tends to stay up late. Whether he's keeping an eye on Amari and I'm sleeping, or whether he's on the computer doing something, or whether he's just laying there watching TV, keeping an eye on Amari, listening. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so anyway, you seen what I did there with the old food prep, to which I will be using And those Romano flakes, oh man, they were so good. I can still taste them. Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking to do an order here, and I thought this would be a good time to finish the video. So we've got some parsnips, $4.99. I'm going to show you how fast this adds up. We've got the lamb shoulder chops, right? And that's to try it with Amari. A little more different types of nutrients, high in nutrients, yada yada. $7.32 because it's affordable. Hopefully they'll have it. Then the lamb soup bones, just to enrich and make everything more nutritional with the collagen, $7.27. These I'm gonna get, I think they're on sale. Yeah, this is just a basic luncheon meat. I have lots in the house, but food prep long term, you know, it comes in handy, like when you want to give your son a case of corned beef that are selling at $7 a can, and there's something like, I don't know, 32 cans in a box, 24 cans in a box. Okay, and I just give him the whole box. I guess he's gonna run off with whatever's left in the box, or maybe he'll leave the box behind with a few cans. Just saying. So it's on sale, so anytime it's on sale I like to buy it, right? Okay. And I've got already, this would be my third time, so that's 12 extra. Those on sale by 50 cents a can. That's not very much, but besides that point, it's okay. And then I'm getting Andre ready to start eating sardines with jalapenos. We talked about it last night. Got into another little tiff over the computer and attitude, but besides that point, I'm going to order more because it says on the can wild caught, and I told Andre he needs to eat sardines 1 to 2 times a week. So if he starts doing that and I do that and I'm giving to Amari, I'm going to go through them really fast, so it doesn't matter, right? So I'm going to pick them up now while they're on sale. You can see, so that's another 60 bucks in sardines. And then I'm trying a different brand of jalapenos, right? And they're on sale, or maybe not. Oh, it's a multi-buy. You get them $7 per container, and the container is reasonable. And then they've got cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. I really don't need it, but if I buy it, I get $10 back through PC points. And I can take this one and put it further to the back with the other cans that I already have and bring out a new can, because Andre and I are going to start cooking more. And so we'll start fresh. So it's regular $45 a can, and this is on the low ball. There are more expensive ones per can. Okay, I'm just saying. So technically it's only costing me $35. Another head of lettuce. This is just a romaine. That's $6 in lettuce. I'm going to buy some spinach for $8, 4 bunches. And then I'm going to get some beef kidney for those nutrients for Amari. And if I make for us, like as just one big meal, it would be a stew with a few pieces of that inside. But more than anything, I'm thinking about Amari, although I should try and introduce that into our diet. So I just thought I'd start with the one, and it's only $5.40. And I'm going to break it up and I'm going to freeze it. I'm going to freeze it in part with some beef. So little bags of beef with some beef kidney in for Amari. So when I'm making his meals, I just take the bag out, pop it into the 10-inch skillet, and go from there, right? It's a little on sale right now, not much, but something is better than nothing. And I'm sure Andre's going to want to go downstairs and cook this week. So I'll buy 3. One where when it gets delivered, he can take it downstairs and they can put it in their freezer if they want for a day and a half. And then pull it out, and then that's what he can cook with. Where the other one, I'm going to break it up into, sections and mix in that beef kidney into packets for Amari. And then the other one, we're going to make stuffed green, or just stuffed peppers. Instead of using hamburger, I'll use this. Whether we grind it up ourselves in a hand crank grinder, because I have those handy, or whether we just chop them into little cubes, that's right. And then, so one for downstairs, one for upstairs, pretty much in the next few days, and one for divide into portions for Amari with the beef kidney. 2 lemons, 8 kiwi. I'm going to start trying to introduce more kiwi. So the meat's $37.99. Some fresh ginger, some fresh garlic. Garlic's $3, ginger's maybe 10. And then they've got this cheese on sale, right? I wanted to shred your own Parmesan, but it's so expensive, right? And I actually do have some in my fridge. So even if they don't give me this that's on sale for $7 a pack versus $12.99, that's okay. I still have that kind. I'm trying to avoid buying pre-shredded Parmesan because they say it's mixed in with sawdust as a caking agent to prevent things from caking. All right. So the more you can steer away from that, the better. So I'll be explaining that to Andre one way or another. But I'm hoping to get all 4 at that price because they'll, you know, they're vacuum sealed, so they'll stay a long time. And because we're going to be making stuffed peppers, because I'm trying to do a little bit of meal planning here, I'm just going to get the imperfect, naturally imperfect mixed sweet peppers for $8. Okay. And then I'm going to pick up some sweet green peppers. They're basically on sale. I'm going to get 6, and they're, you know, they're $1.08 each versus $1.05. You can see that, right? So that's another $6. And then I'll tell them we'll make some stuffed peppers upstairs. I'll show them how to do it first. Hopefully, I don't know. And even if I don't, we can do it. We can do it in a few days from now. But he can do it downstairs for sure if he'd like. And if not, well then, I don't know. What, give the peppers to the Africans next door because I'm mad at that man downstairs with his wife? Very asinine freaking situation I live in, I'm telling you. Because I'm meal planning. I have pineapple downstairs, but I can't get to it. And that's a big problem. But besides that point, and my son called up and asked for pineapple, so I know a can or 2 went downstairs anyway. But I'm not in the mood to be running around looking for the few cans that are upstairs when I have tons of it downstairs, including home canned pineapple that was in that 14-year food storage where I don't know where they are now. Okay, I'm just saying. We're going to be making pizza pockets because now that I moved, you know, I did the blueberries. I cleared off that one little counter. We don't got a very big kitchen space. I told Andre, now that this counter is cleared off, let's keep it up. Let's keep it cleared off because we need a counter to make pie dough. We need a counter to make bread. We need a counter to make pizza pockets. We need a counter for a lot of those freaking cinnamon buns, homemade cinnamon buns. We need a counter. Okay? Pizza, whatever. Pierogies, we need a counter. Okay? So anyway, the pineapple, because I told him, like, now that we got the counter, oh, and I bought this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cutting board. I should bring it out and show you. Maybe I'll do it, but I'm afraid to use it because I can't leave it where I want to have it because it's just, the kitchen is not a non-functioning kitchen. It's a freaking storage room in Grand Central Station with laundry facilities right in the middle of it. You do the math on that one, okay? So in the meantime, just to cut to the chase, to get with the program, with the meal planning and yada yada yada, I'm gonna get some pineapple slices in pineapple juice. I'm gonna buy 5 cans, so that gives us at least 5 meals. That's going to cost me $12.45, even though I have these things downstairs. And because he likes black olives, which I have downstairs, and before I could get to the, well, I should have them downstairs, but the last time I checked, I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to it. All I know is that business room has been raided, so maybe it's been raided of its olives. So not, besides, I just don't want to be climbing over a bunch of shit that they piled in front of that door, go looking for 3 cans of freaking olives, when I can simply buy this, and it's 1 liter, which is fairly large, okay, that's double, more than double. Well, okay, so for a can of olives, right, they're like $3.98 a mil, right, and this is a 1,000 mils because it's 1 liter, right, but if you buy it the Unico or whatever brand, you're looking at $4 a can. No name brand is $1.99 a can for 398 mils, where if I buy 2 of these, okay, at 1,000 mils per jar for $5.49, that's the better deal. So I'm going to buy 2 because Andre likes olives. Not so much me. I like 1 or 2, but he can use these on when we make bread, you know, his salads, whatever. So the thing is, he can't take a dirty spoon and put it into the container to get out the olives, because if he does that, he cross-contaminates. And then when you go back to open the olives, mold is growing on it. And once the mold is on it, get rid of them. Alright. Because we're going to be making pizza pockets, I have three. Okay, this is what I want. And I said to him last night, I said, okay, so we're going to start making pizza pockets, right? And for a different type of pizza pocket. I said, why don't we do beef? Because I bought the beef, right? So I'm thinking about beef. I said, why don't we do beef? Whether we grind it up ourselves or have it into little, you know, little cubes, just little ones, right? Make a gravy with it. We can either put it with rice. You could put it with wheat. You could sprout. I'm telling you, and I'm just thought about this morning. And I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to try and do it. You can sprout green peas or yellow peas. If they're organic, sprout them, right? And then once they're sprouted, you can put those peas right into your beef pocket. Instead of calling it a pizza pocket, why not call it a beef pocket? With the beef, the gravy, the sprouted green peas, little pieces of potato, I suppose, right? Anything. And then a nice gravy. Not a runny one. Something that will just, like a sauce, right? Just, yeah. And cottage cheese. And I said a little bit of cottage cheese. Or you could use any kind of shredded cheese. And then, of course, there's the traditional pizza pocket, which you normally use salami and those kind of things, which, you know, the last few times that I've bought, they have no taste, they're too expensive, and they're not worth it. And I'm so glad that I bought a sausage maker. Like, you don't even know, people. I can hardly wait until I can start making my own, and that's assuming that that man downstairs and that woman don't run off with Andre and implode the house from the inside. Because that's what they've been trying to do. They sabotaged it, they mixed it all up, they robbed it, and now they're fucking leaving, and they expect Andre to go out the door with them because they bought him a freaking cell phone, and somehow they're going to treat him a whole lot better than I do. Okay. So in the meantime, I'm like, well, you can't offer to make pizza pockets, and Andre likes nitrates. Oh my God, you got to be careful with him. So I'm going with the safer bet with the bacon, where you can cut it. Right, remember when my freezer downstairs blew out and I got all that bacon and then I canned it? Actually, I could even use those if I wanted to, so I should hunt around in my room and make them available for pizza pockets. Outside of that, I'm going to buy 2 of these at, I don't know. Anyway, they're the larger size, right? And you can see they're on sale. Regular price is $20. They're on sale right now for $16.99. So, okay, I say $3 a pack. And then I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to freeze them into packets I will take the fish out of the fridge and I'll can the fridge just so I can put the meats in what I'm thinking here. So I'll be canning fish in the next couple of days because I need freezer space up here. But that's okay because we already know I want to do the pink and the sockeye together. And more than likely, maybe even with the table. Well, I don't have to put a tablespoon of oil in because you can always put the tablespoon after the fact. The thing about putting oil into something like that with like a canned fish, what it does is it helps to draw out some of the nutrients into the oil, right? But the thing is, a lot of people, they just throw out the liquid, so they're throwing out the nutrients. So maybe with or without oil, we'll see. I'm going to do the salmon, and then that will give me a little bit of space to make these pre-packets of bacon, at least one full pack or a pack and a half for pizza pockets, specifically for the nitrate aspect of it when it comes to like a salami or a, pepperoni or whatever. As long as you satisfy the palate, it will work. And I would prefer bacon before I would any of these sausages that they make these days. And like I said, I am so happy I invested into a sausage maker. I'd like to think I can get a smoker and smoke the sausage after we make it, but we can make bologna, we can make our own ham. All you have to do, people, is just buy the meat. You spend $200, $300, $400 a big shop on meat, and you've got salami coming out of your yin yang. I'm just saying, and you get it to where you want it, like the good old days. Okay, so obviously 2 jugs of milk, obviously another thing of whipping cream. Oh yeah, and look at the total. $358. But I get quite a few meals out of that. A lot, really, when you think about it. When it comes to like the sardines, for another 40 cans, that's 20 for Andre, 20 for me. Well, no, that's 15 for me, 15 for Andre, and 10 for Amari, because we have to space out Amari's a little more because he's small, right? Plus he gets a lot more salmon. Yeah. I don't want to do it. In terms of, that's a lot of money. But at least I don't have to buy a whole lot of other things. And I'll tell you right now that I've got this counter space, I'm not going to be able to show you this beautiful cutting board that I bought a year and a half ago. Only in my mind did we use it, because there's no counter space really, right? The kitchen's too chaotic. We need our own separate laundry room, or at least we need access to a laundry room where we can have it for a day or two in terms of not being interrupted, and because Andre doesn't like going up and down the stairs, especially having to go around because of his back door, and then they put pressure on him. They make him feel guilty sometimes when he goes down and knocks on the door and he wants to do something. They're busy, they don't want to be agitated, so he leaves it and he forgets, and then they phone up and say, come and get this laundry. Then they threaten to say if he leaves it like that again, they're gonna fucking throw it out into the garage. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe you should make it not so strifeful just to do freaking basic laundry up here, like, for crying out loud. So I have to work around it. So now I'm scheming in my brain, literally, how I can use this beautiful cutting board. And I have to find the oils for it. I bought the oils for it, and for all the wood utensils, but especially for this cutting board. And the brush, and the whole 9 yards. I have it in a little lunch container. I'm going to find it. And I'm going to get Andre to oil it. Prepare it. He can Google. It's pretty simple. It's just a matter of doing it and learn how to look after it. And then I figure, well, we won't be able to keep it where I'd like to keep it, quote unquote. I will never survive there. But on the days when we're making bread, just use it for bread. I'm not going to cut vegetables on it or meat or anything. I'm going to use it for bread making, so that on the days that we're making bread, when you make bread, You know, you want the house warm, and especially in the winter time, and it has to rise, right? For yeast breads, right? If you're making homemade, and you want to make something that's not going to be gone tomorrow. So in other words, you could make cinnamon buns as well as a couple of loaves of bread. Yeah. So that in that case, you'd bring out the cutting board for that. Yeah. It would work really good. But then after that, I wipe it down, and where do I put it? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I'm glad that I have the food that I have, people. Yeah. No regrets with those blueberries. Oh, it was rough though. It was really rough. I spent hours and hours and hours and hours washing and picking one at a time those blueberries, having to take out these teeny weeny little stems. They're really small. I figure they used a machine. Some of those blueberries came off from a machine. Yeah. And there's just too many of them. But I got it done. How many jars? I'll count them. 13 again yesterday or something like that. It was 9 and I think 4 more. So 13 and 13 and 9. I'm pretty sure that's what I got. So that's what, 26, 31 jars, almost 3 cases. Yeah, not including everything I'm dehydrating right now, which is a lot. Yeah. Yeah. We have to work outside. And he doesn't want to go out there by himself and do it. And I'm like, well, I know I have to come out and work, but I can't be out there by myself and do it. Right? But I'm going to do this first. I don't want to pay. But it will get us started on using the breadboard, grinding our own wheat, because now that we're going to be getting into making pizza pockets or beef pockets or whatever pockets we decide to get creative with in terms of bread making, putting it all together with or without gravy and cheese. I'm just saying. I have to make sure the few little extras, because that's all I'm buying is extra stuff to make it, well, for some reasons more nutritional, definitely tasty, and yeah. Oh my Lord, I $363 if I get everything. Yeah. Oh, please order. But we can get a lot of meals out of it. A lot of pizza pockets. And I don't have to worry about salami. All I have to do is plan on using my sausage maker within the next 6 months, definitely come spring, and get myself a little smoker. Do a few trial runs. I have a hand pump one, just enough to kind of start learning. I have the casings, I have the nitrates, I have the salts, I have the seasonings. I even have little hot dog kits. I don't have the time or the kitchen, people. I'm too busy running around reorganizing my life. You know? Or trying to play catch up. Or just trying to keep up. How about that one? Anyway, so I saved myself so far $58. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that's coming in today, I think, at some point. So I need to make room for it. And I need to do an inventory on that fish. And make plans to can that up in the next 4 days or so. The bacon can sit in the fridge for a little bit. It's the beef and the beef kidney I have to make room for. And I can do that, because that won't be very much considering how much you pay for it. Outside of it, you'll get more value for the kidney than you will for the stewing meat, because that's all I bought, and that was the cheapest that was on the roster at the time. And I'm excited for pizza pockets, and I'm excited for beef pockets. Oh, you don't even know, with those little sprouted green peas. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Oh yeah, oh yeah, with mozzarella cheese in there, or just shredded marble cheese, or cottage cheese. Oh, that'd be so good. And a nice gravy. I can hardly wait. Whew, yeah, I can hardly wait. Yeah, so that's what I'm shooting for, as well as we're gonna end up making. Well, Andre has a choice. He can do them downstairs, or he can do a test batch upstairs, so that when he goes downstairs, in terms of stuffed peppers with the beef, right, he'll know kind of what to do, so that when he goes down there, he'll have a introduction, right? So it'll be easier for him to make a larger tray. Right now, in my head, I try to avoid eating their food when Andre goes downstairs and he brings up food. But I go all day without eating people. Like, seriously, I'm like, you don't even know, okay? And so sometimes that's the only thing I'll get outside of maybe a can of soup if I don't eat what is put in front of me when it comes to those days, right? But on the days where I'm buying the food and he's cooking it, or I'm providing the food, for the most part, I definitely want a plate of that food. So he can choose to do a little preamp here tomorrow. Just 4 little peppers in a nice little pan. Cut the meat, what you're going to do with it, boil the rice, what you're going to do for a sauce, put it in the oven, make some salad, there you go. And then on Wednesday, he can go down and do a big tray with the beef that's down there, probably unthawing, unless they want to keep it in their fridge until Wednesday, because it will be delivered by tonight. Which beef can sit in the fridge for a week, even if it turns brown. If it goes bad, trust me, you'll know. And even then, you can feed it dogs green as green can be, and they'll eat it and they won't get sick. Go figure. I'm just saying. Yeah. I seen that. I had a boyfriend when I was 18. He had big dogs. He came home with all this green meat. Ugh. It was old and green and getting rotten. He fed it to his dogs, because his dogs were, they were white, and they were almost as big as a freaking Malamute. You know, those big ass dogs, only it was thinner. Ugh. 2 of them, male and female. And they just wolfed that crap down. So anyway, so I'm going to try and get these jars into my room as fast as I can. I have to move more stuff out in order to get those jars in. And right now, I'm going to leave it on this note. Before that girl moved in downstairs, we had beds. We had a room to sleep in. After she moved in, everything went to chaos. My room became more and more of a pantry, because I can't even get to my pineapples today. And I've owned them for almost 3 years, and honestly, they need to get out of the can and be recanned before the can leaches a metal taste into the product because of the acid. Or at least use the cans. But no, I'm buying because, no, I'm meal planning. And I'm trying to build in more nutrition with a higher calorie count. Not only for Amari, but Andre too. And I guess I'm last on the totem pole, eh? Because you know I'll be the last person to eat. Yeah. But I'll be the first one to be expected to clean it, as more shit's being scattered around or maybe denied from me. So what do? I made it convenient where we have food upstairs, and we don't have to worry, quote unquote, so much about it disappearing or it not being available downstairs because of family politics. Right. Anyway, so he can choose what he wants to do when it comes to the little pre-trial, for the big trial, for the big, do the first 4 at home for us upstairs today, do it today, fast. Out clearing off the counters. Right? We got chicken still in the fridge. I told him if the chicken's good, great, we'll use it. If not, go to the eagles at the dump. Give it to the raccoons. I don't care. Like, I'm happy with the blueberries. I had to sacrifice the chicken, put it off for the blueberries, but Canadian Superstore, their meats are pretty good. That's one thing I have to say about them when it comes to that. They retain their freshness. Yeah, I don't mind buying the meat there for what it's worth. Okay, so I guess that's the end of this video.